Hi there, I'm Camilla Campuzano and I make videos for Montessori school leaders and administrators so that they can find a sense of support online and find ways to market and grow their enrollment at their Montessori schools. I'm from Montessori Thrive and Nido Marketing, where we work specifically with Montessori schools to help them grow their enrollment. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about Montessori blogs and why it's so important to have a blog section on your website. So, blogging is something that we love as digital marketers. There's so many reasons why blogs are great. First of all, they establish your school as a thought leader in the Montessori space. Imagine if parents are learning about Montessori specifically through you. It definitely gives you an edge and an advantage over other schools when they're doing their touring processes and their decision making. It also just educates more parents in general about the benefits of Montessori and how they can integrate Montessori into their own homes, which, as we all know, is super beneficial for schools because it just kind of creates parents who are more aligned in our community and who understand and see for themselves firsthand what the benefits of Montessori look like. Um, from a digital marketing perspective as well, we love blogs because they help with SEO. It keeps websites refreshed and updated, and having content that is relevant to parents is going to increase your chances of being seen by them when they're on their school search journey as well. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite blog topics that could help you kickstart your Montessori blog journey. I hope you find these helpful. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into my first number one favorite topic. All right, so my number one most favorite blog topic for Montessori schools to have on their website is just a blog about what is Montessori. Now, you can make this into a multiple series where you answer kind of more frequently asked questions one by one, but it's great to have a broad blog that kind of just answers the basic question of what is Montessori and something that's maybe, readable in 5 to 10 minutes. And it's really digestible to parents who are new to Montessori or may not know a lot about it. It's great if they learn about it directly from you. This is going to give you a unique edge, and we know that it's a question that parents ask when they're making the decision-making process, when they're researching schools. So it's great to have this on your website. You can, of course, refresh the content, republish the blog every 2 years, because you know that you're going to have new prospective parents around that cycle. So once you write the blog once, you can republish it, maybe add new pictures. It's a great blog that you can recycle and reuse and keep your website content fresh. But I highly recommend considering having this one specific Montessori blog topic. All right, so my number two blog topic for Montessori schools is what I call the comparison blog. And this is where you can compare different types of school models, such as Waldorf or traditional schooling in Montessori, and kind of create a fun blog where you kind of look at the pros and cons of each learning method. And it's great because parents want to learn this. They want to know, what is the best fit for my family. And if you have a blog that informs them in a way that, shows the facts, breaks it down, you can add some fun infographics. It's super helpful to your community so they can understand what sets Montessori apart from these other learning methods. So it's great to have as a blog. You can, of course, share it on a newsletter. You can post it on social media. It's fun to have these types of blogs that are informative. They break down the information in a way that's really digestible to fresh eyes. And of course, like I said earlier, you can always recycle and reuse blogs once you publish them. So this is a great one to add to the collection as well. All right, so my next favorite topic to add to your blog is a blog that just focuses on the benefits of Montessori. You can call it, our 10 favorite benefits of Montessori. You could just say benefits of Montessori, why you should choose Montessori for your child, or why we think every child deserves Montessori. These are all great titles. Feel free to use them or kind of put your own personal twist on them, but where you kind of just break down the unique benefits of a Montessori education. So we know that Montessori focuses specifically on the developmental needs of children based on their sensitive periods. All of the guides are going to be trained. So all of these are elements that, of course, are unique and special to Montessori. So it's important to emphasize them and inform parents that these are benefits that they're not going to necessarily find in other educational methods. So, of course, market that, use that to your advantage and put that on your website. Highly recommend having a blog all about this. Great to add a few parent testimonials in as well so that they can share their personal experiences of the benefits that they've seen in their own family because of Montessori as well. So that's kind of a way to put a fun and unique twist on it and keep it fresh. but I love this blog topic, and I think all Montessori schools should do a blog on this for their school. All right, so my number 4 blog topic is really more of a set of blog topics, but I like to call it the parenting problem topic. And this is a huge one that you want to have. And this one's also hugely beneficial to your current families, not just for those prospective parents who are still making the decision of what schooling to pick for their child. There's a lot of value in getting some wisdom and parenting advice from your school and experts who know a lot about child development. So this is a great way to maybe get your staff involved if they're willing to write or contribute to your blog, but basically answer the big parenting questions and challenges. So you know how to deal with tantrums, what to do when my 2-year-old is throwing a tantrum, and you just focus a blog on that topic, or how to focus on transitions. Why is it important to have schedules? You know, why is my child not sleeping? Why are they really stubborn? Why are they always doing this or that? So answering these questions in a blog format is creating content that is valuable to both prospective parents and your current families. It keeps families engaged and informed. You'd rather them hear from you how to deal with tantrums than someone else, because then those things are being dealt with in a similar way in your own classrooms. So it just feels more well aligned, and you have a community that's just more well rounded and connected to your mission. So this is why I absolutely love these blogs. Definitely share them as well on social media. These are really fun to share because they're relatable. A lot of parents are going to deal with these issues and challenges when they have children. So it's great when they're learning specifically from people who have experience in child development and in Montessori. So I absolutely love this blog topic. So my next favorite Montessori blog topic idea that I love is to answer the question, how can I introduce Montessori into my home? Or how can I kind of integrate it more into my home? The reason I love this blog topic, and you can create a series out of this one as well, is that you want parents to know this and learn this from you. You don't want them to learn this from Pinterest, where we see a lot of these pictures of basically a Montessori classroom in someone's home, because we know this is not the right approach. Instead, we want them to find ways to include Montessori in their home in a way that's appropriate. So of course, we don't want them to just go home and buy a pink tower, because we know they're not Montessori trained necessarily. So it really wouldn't be beneficial to the child to have that in their home. Instead, there's a lot of other activities that are more helpful, as we know, maybe participating in the kitchen or planning their schedules. There's a lot of ways to get children involved in Montessori in the home that's developmentally appropriate. This is also a question that prospective parents are wondering, and parents in general want to know. So of course, it keeps your community engaged and is a great topic. And a lot of blogs can stem from this one question. So highly recommend considering this to kind of grow your blog. My next blog topic that I love to include as well is the question of, why is Montessori so expensive? This is a great opportunity for you to challenge misconceptions about Montessori. So first of all, we know that a lot of cases Montessori can maybe be a more expensive option in comparison to traditional daycare. But of course, there's so much value there because you're getting trained staff, you have these smaller classrooms, your staff are going to be observing each child independently, and there's so much more that a parent is going to be noticing when they're in a Montessori environment. So these are all things that you can explain in a blog. Also, you can, if you offer financial aid or scholarships, you can talk about that in this blog as well, and kind of make your school more approachable to parents of all backgrounds, which of course we want. We want the Montessori space to be more inclusive. You can also talk about how the first Montessori school came from the slums of Rome, and actually the idea behind it was that every child deserved to have a strong foundation and education background. So it's a great blog to include in your website. We love blogs that kind of inform parents, that their misconceptions are misconceptions. And of course, you want that to come from you. So I highly recommend considering a blog that challenges these thoughts and gives them a new perspective. All right, so my next Montessori blog topic idea is to create a blog series or a single blog about how parents can create a Montessori environment or a Montessori-friendly environment in their home. I touched upon this in one of my earlier blog topic ideas, which was, how to integrate Montessori into your home. But this one specifically focuses on the environment and how parents can make little tweaks in their homes that are not expensive and very affordable and achievable for families of any background to support their child in a more Montessori-friendly way. Things like, floor beds or lower shelves, or switching out toys rather than overwhelming them with too many toys, things like this that we know can make a home more Montessori friendly. This can be a fun series. You can include pictures of your own parents' home if they're willing to share some pictures and inspiration from their own home environments, or of course you can use your classroom space as inspiration. So this is a great and fun blog. We know that parents are constantly looking at ways to make their homes kid-friendly. It's great to learn about it from a school that knows about Montessori and knows about child development. So it would be a great blog to add to your blog section. All right, so my next favorite Montessori blog topic to include in your Montessori website is to answer the question, how well do Montessori children assimilate into traditional schooling methods later on? And this is a great blog to include because it eases parents. It reassures families who are both, considering Montessori and who are currently enrolled in your Montessori program that their children will, probably be successful in their other educational endeavors, whether it's to go to public school in elementary school, middle school, or even at university. We know for a fact that most Montessori children assimilate very well and they do well in these environments. They're usually class leaders. The curriculum is usually kind of below their level, so they're going to exceed in the classroom. So just show parents that, your students have done well in those environments to reassure them. It's valuable to have on your website, and it can reassure prospective parents to kind of choose your school, and it lets current parents, maybe feel a little bit less anxiety about that transition in the future. Another blog topic that I love is one that focuses specifically on the benefits of Montessori curriculum. This is a fun topic idea, and it's one that you can, of course, break down into a series. I love this one because the Montessori curriculum is so unique, and it's important for parents to be aware about what their children are going to be learning in the classroom, and a lot of parents are curious about this. So you can focus a blog on, this is why we love practical life in Montessori. This is the benefits of having practical life as part of the learning experience of your child. You can talk about the sensorial elements of the Montessori materials and how that helps children learn these concepts that we're teaching them. So it's just a great blog or blog series that you can include to kind of educate parents as to the benefits of the curriculum. My 10th and last favorite Montessori blog topic idea is just to do a blog on freedom within limits. This is a term that all parents, whether they're prospective parents or your current families, they need to be well acquainted with. It's an opportunity for you to smash that misconception that Montessori is a place where children can do whatever they want. We know that's very far from the truth. Something that will kind of inform new parents what freedom within limits means, what it looks like, and different examples of it can be really helpful to kind of ease them and to let them know what their child will be experiencing in the Montessori classroom. It's not a free-for-all. So it's a great topic and one that you can certainly reuse year upon year. Highly recommend adding that to your blog section. I hope you found these ideas helpful. We're always looking for new ideas and suggestions as well for keeping your Montessori blog updated and fresh. So please feel free to drop your comments or any questions below. I'm happy to answer those suggestions as well. We always want new ideas. If you're, of course, feeling overwhelmed when it comes to creating your own content, you have too much on your plate, Nido Marketing has a great content service for Montessori schools. We have a content writer who really is incredible. She's Montessori trained and has experience with several different age groups. So when you sign up for our content services, you'll get social media posts as well as weekly blog posts that are very well written by a Montessori writer, so that you don't have to worry about creating that content on your own. Highly recommend looking into that if you're not willing to put the time in, because we know it's a lot, and we know most school leaders already have so much on their plate. So we're here to support you. Also, if you're a Montessori Thrive member, we have resources to help you get started on a blog. We have content calendar planners that can help you kind of stay on top of it. We also have a document with 100 different Montessori blog topic ideas. If you don't know where to start, that's a great place for you to find inspiration. And we, of course, have a forum as well where you can ask questions and find support if you're just getting started on your Montessori blog. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Of course, leave any comments, questions, suggestions, or ideas in the comments. We're always happy to hear from you and answer your questions. I'll be here next week for another Montessori marketing video. So until then, have a great week.